So Heather says, well, there's a little bit of a conundrum. I told Tamra I was having this party, and she said, well, are Jenn and Ryan coming? And Heather said, well, of course, I'm going to invite them. She said that her attorney said that she shouldn't be in the same room as them, so she just won't come. I don't want her not to come, and I don't want you not to come either. And I'm not telling you not to bring Ryan. I just don't know how to handle this. Well, what? Seriously, I mean, Jenn, her response is legit. Like, so you're choosing Tamra over me. What do you want me to say? Like, what was Jenn supposed to say?
Jenn, I swear, she should get an award for this.
Yeah, her response.
And I'm not saying because I think it was a performance. I'm saying for the way she stuck up for herself in this moment.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 19, Episode number 3, Knee Deep in Lies. I don't know if I like that one.
Well, I mean, who are they talking about?
But what's the knee part? Like, it's K-N-E. Like, was there a knee situation that I missed?
That's a good question.
All right, we'll get into it and we'll see. So first,
yeah, maybe we could figure it out.
Before we get into it, I wrote down the taglines because the taglines came up.
So you were saying this. So this is episode 3. This is the first time we're hearing their taglines. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I thought, and you know what though? So I've been noticing they are changing like the way that they even shoot this. Like, I guess
you mentioned that.
Yeah, like the whole how they shoot it is different. I feel like their setups for each like individual cast members different. The taglines, they just came out, and I also once the taglines came out, because last week I was looking for the picture behind me to include Gretchen, and I was like, nope, they're not. I guess she's just a friend of. I thought she was coming on as a full time, but she did not, and it's evident because she doesn't have a tagline. So the taglines are as follows. Jenn's is, life can be hard, but so are my abs. Okay, I like that for her.
I mean, they are.
Absolutely. Shannon's is, for once, the only dogs in my life are golden retrievers. I like that one too.
I do like it.
Emily's I don't like. Emily, I may not be your cup of tea, but I'll bring you an espresso martini. I don't know what that means.
I think I heard it on somebody else's part. Like maybe they were trying to rhyme it, like tea martini, but it falls flat. No, but it doesn't land.
Even I remember she had something about like tacos. Like her taglines are always food related and they don't make any sense to me.
I remember Melissa Gorga saying on an interview one time, they make you say like 3 or 4 taglines at the beginning of the year or throughout the year, I guess maybe when you're doing your confessionals. And then however they edit it is what they wind up using. So I forget the one that she said she hated. And she's like, of course, they picked that one for me that season. Oh, I mean, Emily probably gave them 4, and this was the one they chose for her. But you're right. They do always base hers around food.
Yeah. And it's a little messed up. Yeah. I do know that they don't get to pick them. And because somebody else was talking about that. Like there's a couple of them, like you just said, but they don't even get to put those in there. Like those come from Bravo.
Yes.
So then Heather's is, I love life in the hills, so I'll always take the high road. I don't like it. I don't agree.
I don't like Heather, so I'm not going to like anything she says.
Gina's is, I may work in real estate, but that doesn't mean I'm buying what you're selling.
I actually like hers.
I do too.
Yeah.
Katie's is horrible. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but my truth. I mean, that makes no sense.
Unfortunately, your truth is
a lie. Right. Tamra's is, I'm taking a hard look in the mirror and my reflection is still hot. Horrible.
It's horrible because she's not reflecting on anything. She's not. She's the same horrible person she's always been. And Tamra, that's very subjective, you saying, and I'm still hot.
And it's also so superficial. Like,
So
if
superficial.
you're taking a hard look in the mirror, it should be about your actions and your behavior, not your personal appearance. And that's all you see. And that is the problem with her, is that she is just a shallow personal appearance. That's all she cares about, is what she looks like. And it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So somebody commented, and I didn't comment as We Wine Whenever. It was on my personal Facebook account, but somebody put up a post about like a poll, like, do you think people should record their therapy sessions? And I actually said no. I don't think any reality TV person should be on camera in their therapy sessions. I don't personally think that any professional counselor or therapist should allow it. Show your growth through your actions
I
because
agree. I agree.
obviously, Tamra, it's not, your actions are not reflecting any growth in your therapy. It's just not.
No, it's definitely not. And honestly, I mean, so anytime we've ever seen therapy on any of these reality shows, it's not really therapy. It's
Right.
just one or two sentences so that we see that these people actually have a therapist and that they're meeting with someone.
Right. On camera.
Right. I think, listen, if you're going to do it for context, maybe just put a disclaimer. Just
Yeah.
put a disclaimer. This is just for context. This is not a real therapy session. Although this is a real therapist. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, we don't even know if these people are real therapists. And like I said, like, I personally feel like any professional would not even allow it.
Well, you think about like Dr. Drew Pinsky, he's done this, like he's a professional and he does do this, but that's part of what he does.
And he's on specific shows that are based on therapy or some kind of self-improvement.
Yeah. So maybe these therapists that are doing this on these reality TV shows, and I don't know, this is just me speculating, maybe they're doing this in hopes that maybe someday that they can be a TV personality therapist,
Of course.
you
Like
know?
Dr. V, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally agree.
So we start out with Katie meeting with Gina at the head spa.
This is like
So
a whole new thing, scalp
yes,
treatments.
it is.
It's like a whole new thing.
I looked it up on Groupon. I think we should go. I think we should. It's
Mhm,
not cheap. It's not
mhm.
cheap, even
I
on
mean,
Group.
local salons are doing it, like, we have it at All Dolled Up.
But do you have that special rain shower thing?
No, no, but that's actually not like, that's not specific to scalp treatments, like, that's like a whole new sink system for salons, which is very cool.
Okay. So should we do it at all dolled up? Like,
I mean, we could, or we could do it, we could
well,
I mean, are there specific places for that?
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, there's specific places that have the whole setup.
Okay.
Like, like I said, I was looking at them through
Yeah, like, this
Groupon.
is, like, at All Dolled Up, it's like an add-on to your actual service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, listen, I think we should check that out. So, Katie in her confessional says, I'm going to do anything I can to get these girls on my side, even if it means paying for a very expensive scalp treatment that she needs. She had to throw in that she needs.
She did have to throw that in. Yeah, I noticed that.
Not nice. Not nice, Katie.
No. She says she's on an apology tour, and
Yep.
she sure is.
And Gina did accept her apology, but she said, trust is going to take a while, which I don't blame her.
Gina, at this point, do you trust any of these women? Because I wouldn't.
I think she trusts Emily.
I think she trusts Emily, and honestly, I don't know if she should.
I don't think Emily would throw her under the bus.
Well, the thing is they're both on the same path. They both have the same goal, and that's to be in good graces with Heather and Tamra. So I guess as long as they both have that goal.
It's interesting. I don't think Gina's so interested in Tamra so much as I definitely agree with you with Heather. I think her and Heather bonded from the very beginning with her New York connection because of,
Yeah.
where Heather, grew up.
Remember
But
how that
I don't,
upset Emily?
what did you say?
Remember how much that upset Emily?
It did upset Emily, but also do remember as Emily started getting close to Tamra, how much that upset Gina. So I don't think that Gina is that interested in the whole Tamra connection, to be honest with you. I don't.
Fortunately, I think at this point, Heather and Tamra are a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll
Right.
see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Then we see Tamra goes over to Emily's house, and Tamra plays the podcast where she talked about Slade's son and the funeral expenses. And they show you, she played that to Heather, Emily, and Gina. They were all listening to it. I guess they were out someplace. And on the podcast, she said, I know that Slade lost his son and that's hard, but Michelle lost her son and she's lost everything. I know Gretchen just got a big chunk of money, so maybe she can donate that to the GoFundMe for his funeral expenses. Now, first of all, I don't remember any of that.
I
And
don't remember it either.
that is the most horrific thing I've ever heard.
I 100% agree with you. First of all, she goes in and said that Gretchen looked like she was on Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yeah.
She's still hotter than you, Tamra, just for the record, with her Toddlers and Tiara hair.
Yeah.
But that you're absolutely right. That's horrific what she said. First of all, how do you know that Gretchen got a boatload of money?
And what was it for? Like, what was that about? What was that even about? I don't
And
even know.
yeah, like how do you know? And who the F are you
To say that.
to say that? If
Right.
somebody said that about her, could you imagine?
Yeah. No, I can't. I can't. But I will give Emily kudos. In her confessional, she says the problem with Tamra isn't recognizing that she said anything wrong. It's her rationalizing why she did it.
Yeah, but does she say that to Tamra's face? She could
No.
say everything she wants in her confessional. Say it to her face. If she's really your friend and you're not scared of her, you said you weren't scared of her, say it to her face.
I mean, at least she said it in her confessional, which means Tamra will see it.
Yeah.
And by the way, they are filming the after show now. So it wasn't on yet. Like, we haven't seen any episodes yet, but I know for a fact that Tamra filmed it with Emily and Gina. And I know Shannon filmed it with, I don't know who, because she's alluded to it on Watch What Happens Live. So I think she might have filmed it with Heather, to be honest with you.
That would
So
be interesting.
yeah, it would be interesting. So I think that maybe we can get some insight, about things like this,
Mhm.
Tamara, in her confessional, said, we were trying to help the mom out with the funeral expenses. Again, her rationalizing why she did it. Like, and the interesting thing about it is, so on Two Teas in a Pod, I told you that Teddy was, she had to stop the immunotherapy. And there was an episode that Tamara did with their producer. I think his name is Matt. Matt was trying to rationalize it too. Like, oh, she was just covering. And I was like, oh, okay. Until I saw the episode and what was actually said, there is absolutely no way to rationalize it. There just is
Nope.
not.
Nope.
And to
Nope.
compare a comment that Gretchen made on your daughter's Facebook post to
There's no comparison.
there
There's
really isn't.
no
There really
comparison.
isn't.
And anyone who thinks so is out of their mind. Speaking of Teddy, I started listening to it. I did not finish. Tamara had Jasmine from the Valley on,
Oh yeah, I did listen to that.
and Teddy was supposed to be there and couldn't because she wasn't feeling well. So I
Yeah.
really hope she's okay, Teddy. She's in our
So
prayers.
Teddy did put up a separate podcast with Matt where she talks about really what's going on with her. And I listened to that one. And she has to stop the immunotherapy, but it's still in her system. So there's, it's still going to be fighting, and it's something that her system can handle her stopping it, but it was making her too sick to continue it. I guess the doctors are saying that she's got like a 50-50 chance of survival, which honestly, with stage 4, I think that's more than I expected, right?
Yeah.
She still has stage 4, and she's just very frustrated with her body because she was feeling she went through the surgery, she went through the chemo, the radiation, she was doing the immunotherapy, and she was feeling good, and she was able to go to Slade's things, and she was able to do the podcast. And then all of a sudden, it just like hit her like a ton of bricks. Like, she did this glamour, which I haven't seen. I'm going to look for it. She did this glamour, like interview and shoot with Kyle and a friend of theirs. And the day of the shoot, she called up Kyle and her friend, and she's like, I just can't get in the car service today. I can't do this. Like, I just am that sick. And everyone, after it aired or they saw it, they're like, oh my gosh, you look so great. You look so amazing. But she's like, they said to her, we can just cancel. She's like, no, 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 I don't want to cancel. Like, I may never, this glamour, I may never get this chance again, which I totally get. Right. So she just wanted someone to come pick her up. So I guess somebody came to pick her up, and she was able to get there and to do it. And they did her makeup, and, her hair's shaved, but she looked beautiful, supposedly. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure she did because she's
I'm sure
beautiful.
she did. Yeah.
Right. And she is just in a really vulnerable place because of her health. And I can completely understand what she's saying. She's always been that person that just pushes through and just
Yeah.
gets it done, whether she feels good or not. And now she can't do that.
Right.
Her body won't allow her to do that. And in the meantime, in the midst of all this going on, her house was broken into. Did you hear about this?
No.
Oh my God. So this was all over the news. Her house was broken into. So Edwin was there because Edwin lives downstairs because she can't be with the kids alone because she's not well enough to even take care of the kids by herself.
Own a security system?
They have a security system.
business?
Yes. And that's what alerted them. And he was, they were there when it happened. He called 911. The police responded immediately, but she was letting people know, one, that they're okay, two, that you have to be on really high alert because just a couple blocks away, two people had been murdered in their home by
Whoa.
a home invasion kind of thing. Like,
Holy
it's something
shit.
that's happening in this area. And she said, like, his security cameras went off, like the lights
Thank
came on,
God.
it scared them away. But even like make sure you set your alarms even when you're in your house. Make sure everything is secure, like even when you're in your house. So in the midst of her fighting cancer and trying to like live her life, someone is trying to break into her home. And like she posted it. I didn't look at it. She said she posted it on her Instagram, like the surveillance video of like these people like running, like they're all covered in hoods and stuff, like around her property trying to get in.
Holy cow, that's scary.
Right. I was like, oh my God. So she's going through a lot. Teddy's going through a lot.
Like, that's the last thing she needs, man.
No, exactly.
Somebody in
Exactly.
perfect health that would stress out.
Right. I agree. So Tamra says in her, Emily says it was inappropriate and she shouldn't have done it. She should apologize for that. And Tamra in her confessional says, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. Again, doesn't even know how to apologize.
Because she doesn't mean it. Because it
Right.
means nothing. It's not real. It's not a
Right.
real apology. She's just saying it.
Right. And she also says she doesn't think what she said on the podcast was bad. So Gina's telling Katie about what she heard on the podcast and Tamara's reaction to it. And, Tamara is still holding on to the whole thing about the minor daughter on the Facebook. And I stopped it to see what she wrote. So this is what Gretchen wrote on her daughter's post. This is in quotes. You have no idea how brave your words are, helping so many who have been wronged by your mother's manipulation and lies as well. ... So thank you for being brave enough to speak the truth. I am so sorry your mother and your family is going through any of this, especially publicly, but continue to stay strong. Your morals and strength are commendable. It says are commendable and inspiring. So really, like, she's just rooting her on, although she's agreeing with her that her mother is whatever she posted. I guess it was about Tamra. So she's agreeing with her, whatever she said about Tamra, because I don't know what the original post was. And she's, commending her for being strong.
Yes.
I mean,
she definitely gets a dig in there on Tamra by saying like all the people she's hurt and manipulated.
Absolutely. I'm not saying she didn't dig on Tamra, but
she's not like your mother's a piece of shit. It's negative about Tamra, albeit true.
Right.
But it's more of her commending her on being brave.
Exactly. And her own strong moral, and you know what I mean? Like the public is here for you, right? Is basically what I was getting from it.
Right.
So then Jenn meets up with Heather and Shannon tells them that she got a text from Katie this morning, and that really set her off about the whole, recording of her. Katie in her text said that it was an audio recording, but nobody heard it. Shannon said, I don't give an F because I know other people did. Because Heather told her that other people did, right?
Which is another lie that Katie's getting caught in.
Right. Right. Because Heather then explains to her that I knew about it and I called her and she admitted to me that she played it. But she also said to get it cleared up because Jenn was there also. She couldn't remember if Jenn was there or not. So I feel like
chances are Jenn was there.
What did you say?
Chances are Jenn was there.
But I don't know because Jenn is maintaining that she didn't hear it. I would think if she heard it, she would have just said, I did hear it. Like she's already.
I think that Jenn thinks she'd get heat for hearing it and not saying it. But here's the thing. If Jenn says she didn't hear it, Alexis says she doesn't remember if Jenn was there, Katie should just go with it because Katie has one friend at this point, and that friend is Jenn.
Right.
So fucking let it go, Katie.
Right.
Whether Jenn was there or not,
stop
saying Jenn was there. She's your only ally right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Let it go.
I agree. Meanwhile, Katie's talking to Gina and they're saying that they should have never shared that with Alexis.
I mean, honestly, I don't think, I don't know, but I don't think if she shared it with anybody else, it would be that big of a deal. But
No,
the fact
probably
that she
not.
shared it with Alexis during an ongoing litigation, it's like, what were you doing?
Right.
What were you
Right.
doing?
Right. Right. And Katie in her confessional, she's still kind of holding on to, I never hung out with Alexis alone. So Jenn had to be there. All right, Katie, just
Yeah,
let it go.
stop. Katie, seriously, stop.
Shannon in her confessional says that she believes Jenn's not a liar. And honestly, I actually believe Jenn's not a liar also. Because I feel like Jenn has already come so hard for Tamra. And if she had that information, she doesn't owe Tamra anything at this point.
No. No.
She doesn't. I mean, who does she owe it to? She doesn't owe it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully she wasn't there, but whether she was or not, it's not a fact. Jen's not a factor in this equation.
Exactly. She's not. She's not.
So
Heather in her confessional said, I 100% believe Alexis doesn't remember all the details. So I don't know I don't know what she's trying to say.
Alexis is probably like, all right, it was an epic fail, me coming back on the show.
Right.
Can you people please just leave me alone now?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's
She's
probably
like,
it.
I'm trying to get rid of this leech John Jansen who won't go away.
Right. Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, that whole thing felt like so poorly. So she's probably trying to get rid of him at this point and move on to somebody bigger and better.
So
He's
Heather's
not an attractive man. He's
No, he's
clearly
not.
a douchebag. I don't know if he's got money, but even if he does, is it worth it?
I don't think so. Alexis is not a good picker either. I mean,
No, she's
we know
not.
Shannon's not a
No,
good
because
picker.
honestly, I didn't think Jim was attractive
No.
either.
No, and he was an asshole too, right? They're not good pickers, those two.
He was. He actually came off a lot nicer after all of this, and I'll be honest with you, I'm so glad he sued Tamra. And I'm not a litigious person, even though I work for lawyers. I'm really not. I'm so glad he sued Tamra. But the interesting thing is that you would think that because she got sued and lost, she would have learned her lesson. She didn't
No.
learn her lesson.
She doesn't learn her lesson.
It's
She just doesn't.
unbelievable. The
She
worst
doesn't.
thing Bravo did was bring her back because it inflated her head even more than it was. She was very enjoyable on that podcast prior to her being a housewife again.
I
Now I
agree.
can't stand her. She just name drops and
So Heather says, while she's talking to Jenn and Shannon, listen, there's no coming back. Katie's crossed so many lines. And Jenn said, well, so is Tamra. And Heather said, I'm not Tamra's keeper. And Jenn's like, well, I'm not Katie's keeper. Right? So Jenn asked if you give her grace because you're safer to be in that position. And I thought that was good for her.
absolutely,
Good for her.
absolutely.
And Heather's like, I'm not scared of Tamra. Well,
Why does everyone feel the need to say they're not afraid of Tamra? Have you noticed that?
yeah.
Everyone feels the need to say they're not afraid of Tamra. She's one of the most disliked reality TV personalities out there.
And she thinks that's a good thing.
She pats herself on the back for moving storylines. She shows nothing about her real life because what is she? She's got nothing. She's got Eddie. That's it. Her kids don't want to film with her. She's not a good housewife. She's
Nope.
sloppy. She
She
doesn't move
thinks she is.
storylines. She's
She
sloppy.
thinks she is. And
I know.
actually, I think Andy does too, to be quite honest with you. I think Andy really likes Tamra.
Andy likes all the worst people.
He's not a
Did
good.
you hear her ask Jasmine, like, do you think the show is going to be okay without Jax? Because
Yeah.
as hard as it is to watch him and as a, blah, 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 every show needs a villain. It's so annoying.
It is annoying. And yes, the show will be fine without Jax. Yes,
Well, the
it will.
show is going to be so much better without Jax. I can't
Yes.
wait.
Yes. And meanwhile, Tamara's telling Emily that they're trying to bait me, that they're baiting me.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
said it was a pile on.
yep. Ryan put up a post. The lawsuit is ready for you. You got lucky that I gave you a pass last season. I can guarantee it comes for you this season the minute you open your mouth about me. And Tamara's like, yeah, my attorney said, don't be around him. Don't be in the same room as him. And then Emily's like, well, what are you
Your
going to do
attorney
about?
probably said that because you can't control yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You can't keep your mouth shut.
It's not him. Listen, he's giving you fair warning. I applaud him for putting that out there. Like, say my name in the wrong space and it's game over.
Yeah, I agree. Emily said, "Well, what are you gonna do about Heather's party?" And she said, "Well, Heather said that she would take care of it." So then meanwhile, we go back to Heather and Shannon and Jenn, and Heather's like, "We need to switch subjects. I'm having a birthday party for myself." Okay, so that was mentioned I don't know how many times that her birthday was actually 2 months prior, and she feels the need to throw a birthday party for herself.
So, I mean, once you break it down, it's like, all right, I guess her birthday's in December. A lot of people do dry January, so they don't wanna go to a party in January, and then so I guess now we're in February, but it's like, don't like what Emily said, like, do we really call it a birthday party at this point?
No,
Like, just
why do
say
you
you're
have to
having a
call it
party,
a birthday party? Can you just say you're having a party?
because this way she could put her name on everything like
I
she
mean, she
likes
could
to
put her
do.
name on everything anyway. That's what she
She's gonna do
does.
it anyway.
Right. So Heather says, "Well, there's a little bit of a conundrum. I told Tamara I was having this party, and she said, 'Well, are Jen and Ryan coming?' And Heather said, 'Well, of course, I'm going to invite them.' She said that her attorney said that she shouldn't be in the same room as them, so she just won't come. I don't want her not to come, and I don't want you not to come either. And I'm not telling you not to bring Ryan. I just don't know how to handle this." Well, what seriously, I mean, Jen, her response is legit. Like, "So you're choosing Tamara over me. What do you want me to say?" Like, what was Jen supposed to say?
Jen, I swear she should get an award for this.
Yeah, her
And I'm
response
not
was
saying because I think it was a performance. I'm saying for the way she stuck up for herself in this moment. But, for before we get to Jen's response, this goes against everything Tamra and Dolores and Teddy always say. You cannot refuse to film with other people on the show. Now, I understand he's not a housewife. She's
right,
not refusing to film with another housewife.
right.
But Dolores would say that you can't refuse to film with the husbands because of the whole, her friend and her husband. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I will also say that Dolores and Tamara said this about Shannon last week too, that when Shannon got up and left after she found out what Katie did, they wanted her to stay. They
Absolutely.
thought she should have stayed. I thought what she did was the right thing to do.
They said the same thing. Dolores said the same thing about Kristen and Nia on the Valley. And that's when I said in Jersey, yeah, you're going to stay, you're going to fight, you're going to throw wine, you're going to do all the things. And in OC, I guess they expect that too. But no, I totally agree with you, Shannon. You know what it is? Shannon gets a very bad rap for flying off the handle.
100%.
So her removing herself, that's growth.
Yes.
That's therapy working in the right way.
Yes, I completely agree.
She can still be a housewife and learn to walk away when she needs to. And the Valley is not housewives, so we don't need them starting to act like housewives.
No, I totally agree.
Housewives is getting a little played out now.
No, I totally agree. So Jen goes on, she said, "You're choosing Tamara. That's my husband who did nothing. I had to sit there and argue that my kids lived in a safe house that was never raided by the FBI. I had to pay attorney fees that I don't have because your effing friends said we were raided by the FBI. That woman caused so much pain. So if she doesn't want to come and be around Ryan, then F her." And then Shannon said, "Okay, sweetie." Meanwhile, the people in the restaurant were like applauding her.
Yeah.
Like
So even
legit.
the people in the restaurant don't like Tamra.
Right. Like we're legit like cheering her on. Like, yay. I was like, shit.
And if Tamra doesn't want to get sued, she should keep her fat mouth shut.
Yep. Jen said that is so painful that you asked me that. Heather's like, I didn't ask you anything.
But come on, Heather, that's what you were alluding to.
Right. You said you have a conundrum.
Right. Right. But Heather said she's going to let the chips fall where they may.
Right.
And we see what happens in the coming attractions.
Yes. Right. Heather says, "Well, we'll just see what happens." Then we see Katie and her son, Brandon, who's 7. They're having dinner and he's talking about drawing something. I don't know what the heck he was talking about drawing. Then her husband, Matt, is there, and Gavin, her 18-year-old son, is there.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out a little bit more about Gavin. Then he had switched schools last year, his senior year, because when she first came on, she had said that he was staying back because of school. And I don't know what made him decide to come and switch schools his senior year, but he
Maybe
did.
he just wanted to finish out the school year in San Diego. Like maybe she literally made that move mid-year.
Maybe. Maybe.
interesting we haven't seen her daughter yet this season.
Well, yeah, we haven't, but we're only the 3rd episode in,
I
right?
know. I know.
I mean, she's got
It's
enough shit going on, really.
yeah. Yeah.
So she also brings up that her 15-year-old Max, when he was there at Christmas time, he talked about moving and when he can move back in and be all together. And she was really happy, obviously, to hear that.
Yeah.
And she attributes it to Gavin, that he really wants to be with Gavin. He looks up to his older brother. And I thought, well,
Yeah.
that's nice, right?
Yeah, and I mean, Gavin said that he misses him too, so
Yeah. I was also surprised to hear that it has been almost 11 years ago that this custody battle has been going on. That is a long time.
but I don't think it's still going on, right? Like,
No,
Max stayed with the husband.
because she allowed her children to choose, and people gave her a hard time about that. And if you think about it, I mean, Max was 4 at the time, right? She didn't, right? It was 11 years ago. So,
I mean,
yeah.
that could have been heavily influenced by her.
Yeah, I mean, she said she had no support, she didn't have the finances to fight him.
And she actually also said, right, like, that her family
Her
supported the ex, like,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
really crazy.
Right.
Nobody knows. None of
We
us
don't
will ever know what really
No.
happened, and quite honestly, it's not our business. We
No.
just, we're here for entertainment purposes, so
That's it. So Katie asks Brandon, the youngest one, like, what he thinks about them all being under the same roof, and of course he says he's gonna love it.
yeah.
Then we see Emily and Shane and Gina and Travis and Shannon and Adam, her friend, all go bowling. So Adam was from Love Island. And or Love Hotel, I'm sorry, now I'm calling
Love
it
Hotel.
Island.
I
Love Hotel.
always make that mistake
No.
too.
She eliminated him because she was still trying to figure out what was going on with Earl. He's 6 years younger than her, and they're just friends, but they did show up in matching bowling shirts, which is so funny to me.
That was cute. But that's Shannon.
That's totally Shannon.
Yeah.
I also thought it was interesting that Shane has his own bowling shoes.
Oh my god, that makes me laugh. We went bowling Friday night at, like, 10:30. Me, Eric, Joe, and Tess for Eric's birthday. Eric loves to bowl. Not one of us broke 100, by the way.
That's all
I
right.
came out real strong, though. But anyway,
Okay.
that's not the point. On the way home, Eric and Tess were both like, "Yeah, we're just throwing our socks out." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "We're not keeping these socks. We're throwing them in the garbage."
Because of the bowling shoes.
Because of the bowling shoes. And Eric said, "I think I'm gonna get my own bowling shoes." He does have his own bowling ball.
Oh, well, then he might as well get his own bowling shoes.
And
But wait a
Tess will
second.
soon too, because my mother has already said she's passing hers down to Tess.
Her bowling ball. Your mother has her own bowling ball too.
My parents were in bowling leagues their entire lives. My father still bowls in a men's league. They were always in a couples league when they were married. And my mother probably just stopped bowling in a women's league probably 2 years ago because of her arthritis. My
Interesting.
parents bowled their whole lives, yeah.
This is very interesting.
Yeah, but that is very cute that Shane has his own bowling shoes.
Yes, but I mean, your husband and daughter know that there is a thing called laundry, and you can
I'm like,
wash the
"You don't think
socks.
our washing machine and our detergent is gonna" and Joe's just like me. He's like, "I'm just gonna put mine in the hamper." I'm like, "Yeah, me
Right?
too." Like, let the drama queens do what they're gonna do,
Yeah, exactly.
and I'll wash our socks.
Yeah, and I'll probably dig yours out of the garbage and wash them too, and you won't even know the difference.
Exactly. Weirdos.
So Gina's asking Adam all these questions, like she's trying to vet him. Meanwhile, he's not the guy. Like he's just
No,
not the
he's
guy.
not
He's
the
just a
guy.
friend,
She's
right?
grilling him.
Travis tells Gina, "You're acting like our dogs." He said, "You're up their assholes." She's like, "Okay, I'm going to give him a little space." And I thought that was so funny that he totally called her out.
It was funny, but I did like that she said when she said, "I will not tolerate a John Jansen 2.0." I mean, they must know that Shannon's just friend because, well, we'll get there, but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
shows up with somebody else, but, you know, John Jansen did obviously want to be famous, and he wanted to be on the show. However, he kept saying he didn't. So, I guess
right.
her meeting somebody on reality TV, if they thought he was actually trying to date her, but they must know that she's just friends with them.
Yeah, I would think so at this point, right? So they're also talking about Heather's party, and Emily tells Shannon that Katie will be there.
And Shannon says she does not intend to speak with Katie anymore.
Right. And Okay, that's all right. Then we see Shannon is talking to her son, Dom. He's 11, about what he's signing up for. What did your father sign you up for? So he signed him up for football, soccer, and basketball. That's a lot.
Jen's
Yeah,
son.
Jen's
Yes.
son. Jen's
Yes.
son, Dom, the 11-year-old,
Yeah, football.
soccer, and basketball.
So
At
that
11. That's a
kind of
lot.
doesn't make sense though, I guess, but football and soccer are both fall sports. Basketball's a winter sport.
Maybe not in California. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're right, you're right. I'm just thinking New Jersey because of
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, you're
OC.
yeah.
It could be
It could be
different.
year round. All 3 of them can be year round, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot though.
So we also find out that he got 16 warnings for talking too much in gym. So this is what this tells me is one that he needs to be busy. Dom needs to be busy. So maybe him doing 3 sports is good for him
Yeah, you're right.
because if
You're right.
he's got too much free time, he's going to get in trouble,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So Ryan said that being a stepdad isn't easy because their dad is kind of a hands-off approach and
I didn't like that he said that, quite honestly.
well, I don't like that he said that, but I don't think he's financially paying for his children because they all live under Ryan's roof.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole big problem was
So
with
you think maybe that's what the comment was? Like, yeah,
yeah.
he can go he can go sign you up for all this, but I have to pay for it?
Well, I mean, uh, you know,
Maybe.
you know, I think that Ryan is the one and Jen is the one that is supporting these kids.
Yeah.
Because then we see her, she's talking to her son Dawson, the 18-year-old, about she wants to move up the wedding sooner because he's leaving for boot camp. And we find out that he went to the Marine recruiter with his dad and signed up to be in the Marines without her knowledge. Now, obviously, it's his father, so his father can steer him in a certain direction. And she
Yeah.
was having a hard time with him because he was going between Ryan's house and his house. And Ryan was, there's rules in my house. And his father was probably like, there's no rules. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I can understand where she would be upset about that. But then when she asks him about co signing the school loan for the other brother, Harrison, that is just plain crazy,
That is definitely plain crazy.
right?
Should never ask your sibling to do that for you, and a
No.
parent shouldn't ask a child to do that for another child.
I can see
No
a
way.
sibling. I can see a sibling asking another sibling, okay? So Harrison's 21, Dawson's 18, right?
Wait, Harrison's older?
Harrison's older. Harrison's 21. Mhm.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yep. He's older. Jen says to him, "Listen, your dad asked me to do that, and him and I are not in a place that I feel comfortable co-signing, but you did." And Ryan asked, like, "Do you understand what comes with this?" And he's like, yeah, it's a student loan." So Jen in her confessional, and even Ryan, like in the confessional, and I'm glad it was in the confessional, says like, "You're 18 and you have no idea what you've just took on. A USC student loan is $73,000 a year. $73,000 a year."
Yeah, so that's $300,000 in student loans that somebody has to be responsible for.
Right.
But the thing is Harrison's name going on it? He's the
He
student.
must he must be co-signing it. He must need 2 signatures. Usually, for a student loan of that size,
So wait, so the father's not even going on it? It's Harrison and Dawson?
I believe so. Because I don't think the father's credit. Remember she said the whole financial thing and she was paying for everything and then he stopped paying and then he wouldn't talk to her and she was trying to talk to him. I don't think he has the ability to co-sign, but I don't know why an 18-year-old would.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't even make sense.
Like it's well, and the other thing is, you probably know this, but student loans are the only loans that you cannot ever get rid of. Like you can't get rid of them. You can't put them in bankruptcy. You
Nope,
cannot get rid of a student loan.
nope.
You need to pay that off. That is the only way to get rid of a student loan is to pay it
And I
off.
think from what I understand, that is correct. And I think from what I understand is you should pay the interest while you're accruing the loans. Like somebody, if you can get somebody
No,
to pay the interest
no,
as
well,
you're in school.
well, I know that William has a student loan. William has student loans, and the way his student loans work, and he was able to sign for them himself, right? The way his student loans work is while he's in school, he pays interest only. He
Right.
pays interest only.
Right.
So then once he graduates, he will be expected to pay principal plus interest. But while he's in school, he's paying interest only. And I asked him what the interest rate was, and he said it was like 7 point something percent, which isn't horrible, but it's not great. And because I think back to when I had student loans, I remember they were like 2 or 3%, but that's, 125 years ago. And, that's when mortgage rates were,
Exactly.
not what they are today. So I
Right.
guess it's all relative.
It is all relative.
And he's going into the Marine Corps. The median salary for a Marine is $57,000. Let's round up, $58,000 a year. So when he goes to get even so much as a car loan, they're going to look to his income to debt ratio and he's going to be screwed. He's going to be screwed. He's going to need someone to co-sign for him
Right.
for a car loan.
Right.
So I feel bad for this. I feel bad for this kid because he
Me
really.
too. I really do. I really do.
Then we see Heather and Tamra meet up. Heather orders a bottle of champagne and asks Tamra if she's okay because she's been very quiet. Tamara's talking about what's going on with Teddy, and I get that. Like she's got a lot going on with Teddy and her therapy, with bringing up all the things that happened between her and her daughter. And then Heather's like, I'm really proud of you. I also noted that she did drink champagne because initially Tamra, the first she wasn't drinking, but now
Right.
she did have some champagne.
Yes, that didn't last long.
Right. It's only the third episode in.
Right. Really didn't last long.
Heather lets her know that she said to Jenn, like, why aren't you giving Tamara grace? And Heather's saying that now that Gretchen's in the mix of things, like it's going to be a Tamara bashing party. So basically what Heather's telling Tamara is, you got to watch your back. Jen's not going to go easy on you. Gretchen's in the mix now, and there's only so much I can do to help you. It's
Yeah,
basically
basically she was saying that Gretchen is the reason Jen is not giving her grace, which is
right,
such complete bullshit.
right, right.
And
She
she
also
tells her that the conversation with Jen didn't go well.
right, that,
And Tamra says, just tell him not to come.
right, right.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's not how housewives work, Tamra. Sorry.
No.
I am happy that Heather's dealing with it the way she is, though.
Yeah, I am too, actually. I am too. So it's the day of the party. We see all the ladies getting ready, and Terry asks Heather, how much does this party cost in relative to the Nobu party? And we see clips of the Nobu party, and that costs $35,000. And Heather's response is more. And then,
Did Terry Dubrow ever hear the saying that wealth whispers?
probably not.
He cannot stop talking about money. And I have to tell you, my parents always taught me that the more people talk about money, the less they have. Now, clearly they have a lot of money, but
Well, I will say this though: he did not mention any numbers. So he never mentioned. He just said
well,
he didn't.
last time he mentioned that her party at Nobu cost $35,000.
But
The
he
last episode.
no.
Something came up. Yeah, something came up about $35,000. And he said, well, you would drop that at a party at Nobu.
That was for the flooring.
Right.
When he
So
said
so now he's asking, relative to
relative
a
to the
Nobu
Nobu, right,
party.
how much was
Right.
it?
So what does she wind up saying? Triple?
Well, he said, "Is it 2 times that? 3 times that?" And Heather said, "More like 4 times."
4 times.
Terry said, "4 times." She said,
So now
"Yeah,
we
that."
know her party cost $140,000.
Right. And she's like, "Yeah, but the other one was in our house." Okay. And then we see the place. Well, we'll get to there.
I don't know if this party should have cost $140,000.
I mean, there was a lot going on there. We'll get to that.
Oh, here we go. This is what the knee thing is. Ryan had knee
Ryan's knee
surgery.
surgery. That's right.
I
There's the
knew we
knee.
would crack the case wide open.
That's it. That's
Yep.
it. So, yes. So, I mean, the day before he had knee surgery.
Maybe Ryan could have sat. I mean, I'm glad he went, but he could have sat this one out, in all
That's it.
honesty.
That's honestly exactly what I said, especially when I saw him roll up with his hoodie and sweatpants with the jacket. I was like,
He always dresses like that. Like, there's always, like, a hoodie-ish collar on whatever shirt
Yeah,
he's wearing. But, yeah, like, you're going to a fancy party. If you have to dress like that because of your condition, just don't go.
right, right.
Don't go.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Don't wear sweatpants to that party.
no, no. We see Katie talking to her glam squad saying that she wishes they could come with her. Shannon's taking Phil from Love Hotel with her. Terry walks in the room at the event and looks around and he's like, wow, there's a gong. And then he looks around some more. He goes, this is a very Heather Dubrow event.
Yeah, like, there's a girl in a huge champagne glass pouring champagne.
Yes.
Did she say she's got 2 guys over there rolling joints?
Yes, she
Okay.
has. She has 2 people rolling joints. Oh, no, no. She has, excuse me, she has people rolling joints. She has 2 guys writing haikus. She's got sliders and french fries, sushi, and caviar bumps. She
Oh,
also
that's a
hired,
cocaine reference.
well, I mean, it is a cocaine reference, but they do say that with caviar.
Well,
Like they
because they're
like
eating it like
like that.
this instead
Right.
of
Right.
so it's definitely a cocaine reference, which is
Right.
kind of odd for Heather for Fancy Pants.
Yes. Maybe
What is with all of the cocaine
I don't know. I
in the
don't.
housewives' sphere? It's all over. Well, bravo, because of the Valley.
Yeah.
I don't like it, people. Cocaine is not your friend. Don't do
No.
it.
No, don't do it.
You can't
Don't
just
do it.
do that socially. Sorry. I don't buy that.
I really wanna go back to the 2 guys writing haikus. Like, am I gonna go sit at a station with some guy, and is he gonna write me a haiku, and what the fuck am I gonna do with it? What am I
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do with
I'm
this?
at a party. I wanna drink champagne and probably well, I don't smoke weed, but I don't fault anybody for doing it. I'll go outside and smoke a cigarette, but I don't wanna sit and write a haiku or have someone do it for me.
It's so weird.
It just reminded me of when Tess was in the poetry club at Midstreams. She had to write a haiku. I don't even know what it is.
I'm not
Some
exactly
sort of
sure.
poem,
I know, it's probably yeah. And she also hired professional photographers to capture the event, not paparazzi. Okay.
but of course.
Gina in her confessional says, well, some people celebrate Christmas in June and Heather celebrates her birthday whenever the F she wants, which is so true. All right. So the next thing I wrote is I'm not exactly sure the name of this place, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like emblazoned with like marble staircases and gold. And then we find out that it was like an old church, but we didn't know that in the beginning.
Right.
Jenn shows up in this beautiful sparkle dress. And like I said, Ryan is wearing his hoodie and blazer, sweatpants. Matt and Katie are walking in, and he's like, wow, this place. And Gina said, wow, this place. And Matt said, it's gaudy, which, by the way, every time I kept saying gaudy into my voice to talk, it wouldn't recognize gaudy. It wouldn't
Really?
recognize it. It wouldn't. It was like, I had to type it. I was like, why is it not recognizing gaudy? It kept
So funny.
stupid.
That's funny.
Matt also says this place looks like Vegas and jokingly asks Ryan, "What are the odds on this party?" I thought that was funny. I really
I thought
did.
that was funny too.
Really did.
I thought that was funny too.
He's
How about
like,
when
oh,
Terry lost his joint? He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
wait, when did he lose his joint? I missed
He
that.
went to he pulled it out, but he just had, like, the sleeve that it was supposed to be in, and he was like, "Whoa, where to go? Where to go?" And then he found it.
Oh my God, that's so interesting. So I didn't see that. And I just think it's very odd that Terry Dubrow smokes weed.
Well, I mean, we saw her microdose the gummies or the edibles years ago, so I
I
knew they were
know.
into something.
I know we did see the microdosing, but it just for some reason, I mean, the man's a plastic surgeon. And again, not that he's, but I don't know. I don't
I'm sure
know.
they're not,
I'm sure he's not
smoke
under
every
the influence.
day kinda
No, and I'm sure
smokers,
he's
but
not under the influence when he's performing surgery. Like, that's not
no,
what
of
I'm
course not.
saying, but
Yeah.
it's just odd to me, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's odd.
Yeah.
Gretchen and Slade are there, Katie. Jenn, Shannon. Katie's not sure what to do when she sees Shannon walking up. They're not sure if Tamra's even coming because of Ryan being there.
Yeah. Why did we hear that Gretchen broke Slade's penis?
Oh my God.
Like, where did that come from?
So that came from when she was talking to Emily. So her and Emily were talking about they go to the same doctor to get their testosterone. They go to the same person to get their
And she
testosterone.
was so aggressive on the testosterone.
And that she's like, "Oh, we should go together." And then they're talking about it. And meanwhile, Slade and
Don't let
Shane are,
Tamra hear you say that.
yeah, they're like laughing. And then Gretchen said, "Oh, yeah, that's after I started taking the testosterone. That's when I broke his penis." And Emily's like, "Wait, like you actually like a medical thing?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And she explains the whole thing, how she actually broke it. Again, like nobody needed to know that. And then the look on Slade and Shane's face when she starts explaining it, it just said it all, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, nobody needed to know that. We did
Nobody needed
not.
to know that.
No.
Because now he's got a crooked dick and he's gonna have that for the rest of his life.
And now we all know. Now
And
we
now
all
everybody
know.
knows
No,
it.
the whole world knows that he's got a crooked. We all know that because Gretchen told us. We didn't need to know that. We did not.
We did not need to know that.
So I didn't realize this either, that when Shannon comes in, Heather says to her, like, take your tequila shot and then make a wish, and then you throw your shot glass at the gong. I didn't realize what the whole thing was with the gong. So your shot glass is supposed to hit the gong. So of course Shannon takes the shot of tequila and misses the gong.
3
So then
times.
right. So then like we got to take another one, but you just do water. Like you don't have to do. I'm like, good. Like she doesn't need to keep doing tequila shots. So she finally gets the stupid gong going, right? Then Gina in her confessional talks about this venue used to be a Christian television network compound. And that totally explained it, because then her and Emily are walking around like trying to find the bathroom. And then there's these mirrored walls,
And a big stage.
a big like arena type, like where, like Cirque du Soleil could be performing in there.
That was pretty awesome.
I'm like, what is going on in this place? Like it really did look like some kind of crazy place.
Definitely.
And I
Definitely.
imagine that place was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why.
maybe that's where the 140 comes in, like paying for the venue to begin with.
Yeah, it was a huge venue.
I love Gina and Emily when they're Lucy and Ethel. I
Yes.
really do, because
Yes.
they truly are Lucy and Ethel. I never got that vibe from Jacqueline and Teresa, quite honestly, but I totally get the vibe from Emily and Gina.
I like it when it's just the two of them too.
Yeah, it's the other stuff that's frustrating,
Yes, it
but that
is.
was a very fun moment with those 2.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Shannon brings Phil. We
Yep.
talked about that.
Shannon brings Phil. Gina sits down next to Katie and asks her how she feels. She says, listen, she's happy to be here at Heather's birthday party because she never expected to be invited to, a Heather party after what happened last year.
Well, that's because you're being set up, Katie.
Right.
Don't be too happy. Don't be too grateful yet.
She said she's sad about Shannon. And then she's like, well, you're good with Tamra. And she's like, no, I'm actually hurt by her. Like every time something comes up, it's because of something I shared with, like, Tamra's the one who's blowing her up.
Listen, she smiles in your face and stabs you in the back.
Yep.
That's her. That's
what-
Tamra.
That's what she does.
And she thinks that makes her a good housewife.
Okay, Heather and Katie. Okay, so now Heather and Katie are talking, and Heather suggests that she should talk to Shannon tonight. So then they decide that Jenn is going to go over and distract Phil so that Shannon and Katie can talk. So that's what they do. Shannon says, you gave me excuses in your text, not an apology. And what you did was illegal, she says to her. And Katie said, well, you were on speakerphone, so you made it my business. This is what I don't get with Katie. Like, this was her chance to just apologize, but she's not she's doubling down.
She is doubling down. She's not apologizing. You're absolutely right. She should have went over there and been like, Shannon, you've been a very good friend to me in a time when I needed a friend.
Yes.
I am incredibly sorry. And whatever I can do to help us move forward.
Yes.
Boom. You're done.
Yes. But no, she's not. She's not doing that. She's literally doubling down. She's like, you came in on your speakerphone and you made it my business. And Katie's like,
I don't doubt for a second that Shannon came in there like an asshole. Now I'm starting to believe that very annoying host of Love Hotel when he said what he said about Shannon. However, now I'm also questioning why he said it. Was it to perpetuate this storyline on Real Housewives of OC? And is Tamra behind it? But anyway, that all aside, because I could go down the rabbit hole with a conspiracy theory. But I totally agree with you. This was Katie's opportunity to go over there, apologize, and see what they could do to move on. But how funny was fucking Shane? This guy, he doesn't say much, but when he says it, it's funny. He's like, Who'd he say it to? He's like, "We should record Katie and Shannon's conversation." He said it to one of the husbands, I forget who,
It
but he's so funny.
it was probably Slade because that's who he was hanging out with last.
Probably. So funny. Shannon says she's worried about Katie's mental state.
Yes, yes. Yeah, because Shannon's like, "Listen, I've gone to the bottom of the barrel with these women, and, like, never once has anyone ever recorded me. Like, you have like."
And you knew how upset she was at
Right.
the fact that John had the Ring camera footage.
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, my god, it's, like, so black and white that this was wrong, Katie.
Right. Right. And that's what she even says. Like, she's like, I put you now I put you in the same category as John Jansen. And she's like, wait, I didn't sue you for $70,000. I'm like, oh my God, she's still not getting it. Like, she's
She's
still
not
not
getting it.
getting it. Like, she's still.
And think about the history of housewives, and you and I are both well-versed.
Yeah.
I believe, I could be wrong, if someone wants to correct me, please feel free, but this is only the second time we've had an issue with recording, and the other time was just very recently on Salt Lake City with Brittany,
Yes.
right? I don't
Yes.
think we've had any
No.
other situations because it's such a violation. It's such a violation. Like, whether you like a housewife or not,
Yeah.
they're on reality TV. They're supposed to be showing us their lives. To record them, you then use it against them. Like, what was the purpose? What was the intent?
Right. That's the whole question is what
I
was
don't
the
buy
intent?
that it was to share with your husband.
No, no. And again, this would have been the time to just apologize
Yes,
instead of
100%.
coming up with all this other bullshit. Like, just
Yes.
apologize. And then Shannon at this point says, like, let me make this clear. Like, I will never ever speak to you again. Like, you can't just apologize anymore. Like, you're an evil person. Like, you are an evil person. This is worse than what Alexis Bellino and Tamra Judge have done. I mean,
Yeah, that's bad.
so she means it. Like, she means it.
Yep. And then, of course, next week, they're all saying that Tamara's not coming in, but next week we see she comes in with Joe.
Yep, she
And
does.
when I first saw the clip on Instagram, I thought, this bitch better not have brought his ex-wife. I thought she brought the ex-wife, but it was Joe. But honestly, I don't even think that's a big deal because Joe and Gretchen have hung out since this whole thing. Since Gretchen and Slade have been together, I've seen them together on posts.
I know, probably not a big deal,
It's
but
not a big deal.
it's her just trying to be
Yeah,
that girl, right?
exactly.
So, on Watch What Happens Live, that afterwards, it was Shannon and this woman, Denise Welch. I never heard of her. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. I never
You
heard of
did?
her, but I loved her.
Okay. So she is the host of Loose Women in the UK. It's like The View, but in the UK. It also turns out that her son used to date Taylor Swift.
Yes, I did not know that, and I
I
looked it
didn't
up.
I did not know that either, and I just saw I guess I saw that clip that she had said that she was happy that she dodged the bullet being her mother-in-law, and
Yes.
she did clarify it to say that it was nothing against Taylor, but I saw the clip before that even happened. I was like, "Why is somebody making that statement?" But now I know why it was made because it was on Watch What Happens Live.
Well, and did you hear what she said? Like, you
She
have to
said that.
sign an NDA,
Yes.
but then she can write a song about you,
Right. Well.
which is so fucked up. And I
Mhm.
did Google it, and she does make her partner sign NDAs. Like, she's, like, known.
Well, you need to, though. I think you need to.
Yeah, but then you shouldn't have the right to turn around and write a song about somebody.
Well, if you don't name them.
Yeah, I guess
She's
not.
an
If you're not
artist.
naming them, then I
She's
guess
an
not.
she's an artist. That's what she
Yeah,
does. She
yeah.
writes about her life.
And listen, you know that going in, if you're gonna date Taylor Swift, you're gonna have it's like John Mayer. If you date John Mayer, you're gonna have a song written about you, most likely.
Exactly.
So, you
Exactly.
know, tread lightly.
Exactly. Sophie and Adeline are there also, which I'm always happy when I see them because I like those girls. The number one question for Shannon was, why were you so upset about Katie recording you during one of your meltdowns when every season on national television you have a meltdown?
She did not like that question.
No, she did not.
She did not like that question.
She did not like that question. Andy's like, he was taken aback by the fact that she didn't get it.
It was
But,
yeah,
Yeah. But she said it doesn't matter. In the state of California, it's illegal. So there's that. Then the poll questions were, whose side are you on, Shannon or Katie's? 82% were on Shannon's side. Is Katie secretly courting Shannon a forgivable friendship offense? 74% said no. Who is worse, John Jansen or Katie? 97% said John Jansen. Should Shannon have gone back for her grilled cheese? Shannon's like, she got another one.
Yeah.
So I guess that means she stays?
Well, I'm sure she stays.
Okay. 53% said yes, though, by the way. Who is the best match for Shannon? Earl, Adam, Phil, or none of the above? 49% said none of the above.
Right. Correct.
Whose side are you on, Gretchen or Tamra? 80% are on Gretchen.
Thank God.
Yes. Yes. Could Katie win you over with an expensive scalp treatment? 76% said no. I agree. I don't think that would do it. And I also wrote down that the bartender was from the Big Little Feeling Girls podcast. I wrote that down because I would like to manifest that the We Wine Whenever podcast would be a bartender on Watch What Happens Live.
Let's
So
manifest.
Andy and the producers at Watch What Happens Live, We Wine Whenever would love to be behind the bar on Watch What Happens Live. So please
Agreed.
consider us.
Yep.
And that's all I have for this episode. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.